Hello Commanders and welcome to this video for Infinite Lagrange. We have a very interesting request in one of the comments, and that was to make a video about what company only fleet would work very well. So let's take a first look again how lucky we are with the research agreement. As we can see, unfortunately I cannot change this now. I could choose something new here, but I did already choose the Antonius Consortium, so let's go out there, go in here again. So we will start directly with Antonius Consortium because I can show you all the ships available by Antonius. Very simple. If you just want to play around and you cannot go into the research agreement, keep in mind there is a research agreement calculator from Null Pointer always available, and if you would switch the first one to Antonius, you should be able to see the same ships, and you can even see directly which class it is. So you got all your Carillions, the Guardians, Predators, Nebula Chasers. Some really nice ships are available here. Let's go back here. So we already chose Antonius in the previous step of this research agreement, and therefore we can see everything that's available now here, just looking a little bit nicer. If I would go and set up an Antonius Consortium only fleet, what would I use? I mean, we have the Constantine here. It's such an amazing ship. Marshal crews can bring in a lot of fighters. You can always click on them and you see it's bringing in 6 fighters. Now the question is, would we work with modules or without? I would say let's start working without modules. That gives us a really great Constantine. What other amazing ships do we have here? We have the Cellular Defender and the Nebula Chaser B. Both overly good, really S-tier corvettes. So you very likely want to bring these in. We have the Carillion C. That would be another one you want to bring in. Vitas, they're also very strong, but let's see how we could set up a fleet with what we have there and be really good. Let's set the limit to 400 command points. We can use 5 ships for reinforcement, so that would be an endgame fleet, I know, but let's do this and see where we can end up. So let's first talk about the ships we have to take. There are some ships that are so good, there's no way around. Constantine, we already said, the Nebula Chaser, the Cellular Defender, the Mistral, also amazingly good, the Carillion C, and then we would need to take the Predator and the Jäger. I would take the Guardian in there for repair as well as for damage, and yeah, more or less that's it. So let's go to famous Excel sheets again and see how I would set up that fleet. In the front row, I would put the Carillion in. You see, I come up with a total of 399 command points. Front row, Carillion and Guardian C. Now, do I want to have the Guardian C in the front row? Not really, but this is a C-type version and it's a pulse cannon, so it is always in the front. And it will also give us a little bit additional protection. We do have one Constantine here. You can see I also have the cruise and warp speed. I would recommend you to upgrade cruise and warp to match at least here with a 502.5. This will make your life a little bit easier. The Guardian A as repair type ship in the middle row. The Jäger, bringing in the corvettes, the Predator, bringing in the fighters. Also the Predator B version will have additional UAVs. These are really nice UAVs. Unfortunately, I don't have that one yet. Let's take a look at the B version. The tactical type comes with the 4 fighters as always, and it also brings in 3 tactical UAVs. We can see them I think it was here, yes, in the information command center. And these tactical UAVs help you to increase the hit rate on things that attack these ships where they lock on. Very, very nice if you ask me. And especially for a carrier like this, very welcome. Now, going back to the list, then sure, we bring in the Stellar Defender as well as a Nebula Chaser. We have a total of 20. Each Jaeger can carry 4 corvettes, so we need a total of 5 Jaegers here. I want to take the 10 Mistrals to have some anti-air to help keeping the Stellar Defenders and Nebula Chasers alive. It's not perfect, having a little bit more would be better, but we are limited to Antonio's Consortium ships, so 10 Mistrals it would be. We will take therefore 3 Predator B, which would give us a total of 12 fighter slots, and that's why we do have 2 additional balancers in here, just to fill these up, and they also give you a little bit extra hit rate, if I remember right. Let's take a look. I know that I had them, they do have the airborne jamming system, and the jamming system, I think it's reducing the chance of getting hit. Yeah, okay. So one is increasing the chance, the other one reducing. One is good for you, protecting your ships, the other one is bad for the enemy, making them easier to hit. So going with Antonius, I think we have some really, really nice ships there, good options, and I don't see a problem setting up a fleet here. The main problem you will encounter is if you have an enemy that is very strong in aircrafts, then you only have the Mistral, but to be honest, at least you have something. There will be some setups with different companies where we run into much, much bigger problems. Why I would not take the Marshall Cruise with us? Without additional modules, it is not worth the command points if it only brings in 6 large fighters. So first, we don't have a large fighter in this company, and second, it's 6 large fighters for 40 command points, while the Predator brings in 4 fighters for 18. So that's a much better ratio there. Now, for me, I could now go on and try to reduce any of the blueprints here, but if you watched my last video, I already told you I will not do any of the other filters, because every other filter will take out one of the really good ships. So I will now already try my luck. And what do I want to get? Marshall Crooks, just because I don't have it yet, and if we get modules, it will be really, really nice to have. Constantine, my favorite battle cruiser. Guardian C-type, for sure, that would be amazing. We just talked about the B version of the Predator. That would be also very, very good ship if you are not going for a fast fleet, but for a strong one. And yeah, the Mistral is still missing, and the B010 is still missing. Why did I not take the B010? It is a very strong ship, no question. It got the plasma bombardment system, and we probably could take it in. I was thinking about reducing the number of Guardian Cs that I have in that fleet setup and get a little bit more Vita speed bombers inside there, but then I thought it might be better to have a little bit more in the front row. But I think that is one point where we could switch over a little bit. But I'm very curious what you guys say. So please let me know, how would you build up an Antonius Consortium only fleet? I'm really curious. What do you think about the fleet that I recommend here? Will I say this is the best fleet you can get in the game? No, sure not. The best fleet will always be a combination from different companies. But I think Antonius Consortium does give you quite some nice and interesting options. But now let's see what happens when we draw that blueprint. And yeah, so today you will not see me very lucky. You can see I got some tech points there. I already had that ship, the Void, Yeah, so I don't use the Void Elfin anymore. Now that I do have the T800, the Nebula Chaser, the Cellular Defender, there's no real need for it. It does have the information jamming system, which increases the ship evasion by 35%, which for sure is nice. You can reduce also the chance to be hit by different weapons. So the Void Elfin is a little bit like the, and we also have here additional evades. The Void Elfin, you can set this up like the Carillion special. If you put it in the right carrier ship, where you increase the evade additionally, this thing will not be hit by anything. But now we can't really tank with a Corvette. They don't have rows, and that makes it a little bit difficult. If that changes at one point, and we can somehow bind the enemy aircrafts on the Void Elfin, that will be a different story. Then this ship will get very, very interesting. But till then, I don't think that I will use it anymore. It was my best Corvette for a long time, don't get me wrong. I like it. It is a good Corvette, but it's just not as good as the others. So, as always, let me know in the comments what you think. Tell me how you would set up that special fleet. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you on the next video again.